Hey guys, welcome back again for another video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and I actually have a proper topic of art to talk about, and that is not using a reference and using a reference. But before we get into that, hi, welcome back. My name is Karina, and I'm also known as the Artistic Newfie here on YouTube and other social media links, which are down in the description. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and down below, all the links. I have some announcements to make closer to the end of this video, but let's talk about what I'm doing here. Let's see. So, I'm trying to get my thoughts together here because, I don't script my videos or anything. But I sat down to do this video, and I'm kind of breaking up the doing art that pertains to me about Christmas. So I'm doing something a bit different, and I am trying to draw Santa off of the top of my head here. And it doesn't go well. You guys are going to laugh at this. He looks like a little child, and I'm not using a reference. And the reason why I wanted to do this video, I've seen other people do it, and I'm thinking, let's just sit down and see actually what I can draw, not using a reference picture, and see how much trouble I have with it, and, go from there. And I'll tell you, this picture here that I'm drawing took me about 10 minutes, and it doesn't really look like Santa. Yes, he has a hat, yes, he has a beard, but he looks like a man-child. So, didn't go over as I had planned. So, after this, I went looking for a reference picture, and you'll see what happens after. But using a reference picture to me is very important. There are certain things that I can draw off the top of my head. Like, I'm really, getting the hang of drawing my female characters, because these are things that I'm creating myself. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm not cutting that out. I don't have time for that. I'm not feeling the greatest. I won't even go into it. But anyway, I can draw my female characters because I kind of, I know how I want them to look in my head. But when I'm drawing something that already looks like something, like, for instance, Santa Claus, he has a particular look. And, you can draw him in a whole bunch of different ways. You can make him look different, but you still need to make him look like Santa. And this, it didn't go over well. Some people don't like the idea of using a reference picture because a lot of people think that it's copying. But the thing about using a reference is, if you have one picture and you copy that right to a T, that's not a good thing to do. But if you take 5 pictures and you say, okay, I like the eyebrows on this picture, I like the nose on this picture, I like how this girl is sitting in this picture. Like, if you take elements from each picture that you find, say, on Pinterest or whatnot, that's perfectly okay. You're not stealing somebody else's art by picking and choosing various pieces of pictures to make your own. Everybody does that. I really don't think that it's considered cheating or stealing or what have you. But yes, if you're going to sit down and copy an entire picture that belongs to somebody else and you claim it as your own, that is not okay. There are a lot of places on the internet that you can go, so I'm told, I haven't really looked myself, where you can go and see stock photos, I guess. I think that these places you have to pay for, which I'm not really a fan of, and it's only because I'm broke and I can't pay for it. So I try to, get my references from other places. But if you can support the artists that are providing you with these pictures, that is great. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I can't do that right now. So, I go everywhere I possibly can, and I pick out 4 or 5 pictures, even 6 or 7 pictures sometimes, where I like certain aspects of that picture. Like, I see people on, say, Facebook, I'm not going to say any names, that they go in and I can see particular artist styles and almost to a T of what other artists are creating, and this one particular person, I'm not gonna say names, is actually selling the art and claiming it as her own. I don't think that is right. I have contacted the original artist of some of this work, and I have told her, she's acknowledged it, and I just let it go from there because it's out of my hands at that point. But I don't think that's cool. A way long time ago, I used to paint cartoon characters and sell them, but I always told people they're not, they knew they weren't my creations. And when I got more involved in the art scene, I kind of realized maybe I shouldn't do that because it's not right. So I haven't done that in a very, very long time. And now looking back, I, come to the conclusion that maybe I shouldn't have done that, but it's done, it's over with, I can't change it now. But I don't do that anymore. I know some people sell fan art, and they label it as fan art, and I kind of think that might be okay, I guess, depending on how you look at it, because you can go on, say, Etsy, and you can find, like, a million different things of, say, Pokemon, or, what are some other things, like, fairy tale stuff, and things like that people, kind of put their own twist to. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I just want to get back to the picture here. So the top one here I did without the reference, and as you can see, like I said, it don't look good at all. So then I went looking for a picture, and I'll end up inserting it here in a second when I start on this other section. That is what I'm trying to say. I can't English today. But I don't know, I can't draw things off the top of my head, and that's why I like to use the reference picture. So I'm getting ready to move on to the second piece here, and the first one I try to keep to a limit, or I kept to the limit of 10 minutes per piece, and in total this entire thing took me 20 minutes, but I did reduce it just a little bit. So this second part here, I did go and look for a reference, so I'm going to insert it here real quick so you can see what I'm looking at, and I can guarantee you that it comes out 100 times better than this first piece up in the corner that I tried to do here. Like I said, some things you need a reference for, even when it comes to, like, I know my anatomy is not perfect, and I'm still working on it, but, you need to have some kind of an idea of exactly what it is you're doing. So you can have some kind of, I don't know, symmetry, I guess, or proportions. I don't know how to say it, but like I said, I'm still learning art, guys, so I don't have the proper language for all the terms and whatnot. I just have fun with it. But you can see here that even drawing the nose and drawing the eyes and everything that I'm doing, it's coming out quite a bit better than the other piece already. The other one doesn't look bad. I mean, he could pass off for someone dressed up, Santa Claus maybe, but if you want to have a real looking Santa Claus, then the second piece is what you're looking for. Hopefully, by me doing this as well, some people can kind of get an idea of if you want to draw Santa Claus, and you can take it from here. And this is kind of not step by step, so to speak, but it's drawn in a slow enough time frame. I only sped it up just a tiny bit because I didn't want to have a 20-minute video, but you can kind of get how to draw it if you wanted to, follow along. So I thought that was kind of a good way to do this video as well. But I'll do like a little overview in the end here when I get both the pieces completely done. But like I said, you can see the difference by looking at a reference and then not looking at the reference, like doing something from your head. And there are people out there that can probably sit down and draw a complete freaking portrait of, I don't know, let's pick a person, I don't know, Angelina Jolie comes to mind. I don't know why, but they can probably sit down and do a like really realistic graphite piece of that lady, and it would look just like a picture, and they looked off of nothing. I don't understand how people can do that, but they do. Props to those people, but it just boggles my mind. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys watch this while I talk about some announcements as well. So I had mentioned at the beginning of the video that all the different links that you can find if you want to have more content. Just recently, as in the past 2 days, I have redesigned my Patreon page, and I did make it over a year ago, but I didn't really fully announce that I was on Patreon. But guess what? Now I am. So if you want to support me and the content that I make, and you want to get some fun little freebies, it's not freebies though, because you're pledging to me, so you're kind of getting some of that back, but in a different way. People keep saying that you get freebies for supporting people on Patreon, but I don't look at it that way. You support me, and then you get some things back, so you kind of, I don't know, is that a bad way to put it? You're kind of paying for something anyway, but I guess it's more beneficial when you can get something back from the artist, I guess. So that's a really, it's a nifty way to do things. But anyway, I'm over there if you want to go down and check the link down below, and yeah, I have different tiers of things, and it's not overly expensive. Hopefully after Christmas, maybe I'll do some raffles on some original art pieces, and I have a badge maker or button maker coming, and I'm willing to do raffles on, free button packs and stuff like that if you want to purchase tickets to go into a raffle, that kind of thing. I've got a whole bunch of stuff planned, and I really want to get out there in the art community more, and I want to give back a little bit more, so hopefully over there we can do things like that. And not every post on my Patreon is going to be for Patreon patrons only. Let's get the lingo right here. I will put stuff on there for people who are maybe can just pledge $1 so they can get something back as well. So I kind of have a lot of ideas as to what I want to do. And speaking of ideas, I have probably about 4 or 5 new items that I'm going to be releasing into my Etsy store after Christmas. I just need to order the supplies to do the things that I want to do. That includes some jewelry, which also includes some homemade lapel pens. I don't have the funds to get to order those metal lapel pins, but I found the cutest idea where I can make them at home, and they look really, really cute, and I hope you guys are going to like them as well. Those will be hopefully, fingers crossed, in my Etsy store after Christmas, so I'm thinking maybe mid-January-ish or so, so you keep an eye out for that. Speaking of Etsy, I do have a sale on the go over there now. It's 20% off of everything that I have there, which is only 10 items, but it's 20% off of everything, so if you're looking to get a small little, maybe a watercolor illustration, it's all originals over there. Some of them are only listed at $25, and you get 20% off of that, so if there's something there, head over and check on that. There is a coupon code that if you go in, and you can apply it right away, but I'll link the coupon code down below in the description as well. And that's pretty much my announcements for now. I can't believe that I'm this far into the 25 days of Christmas and I'm still going. I know there were a couple of videos that I had to put together to make one, but I'm still going. It's still on here. And I want to talk a bit about my thumbnails. I've changed my thumbnails because Jeremy, which is my fiance, had mentioned a couple nights ago, he's like, don't you think it's kind of giving away what your video is about by putting the entire finished piece in the thumbnail? Like, people usually want to see the finished piece, and if they're already seeing the finished piece in your thumbnail, why are they going to watch your video? And I sat and I thought about that for a while, and I'm like, why did I not think of that before? So I'm going to be changing up my thumbnails, hopefully. If it's kind of cryptic, maybe people will click on my video more and actually go in and see what the video is about, rather than seeing the finished piece. Oh, hey, she's doing some watercolor painting of a fairy today, and look, it's already in the thumbnail, so I don't have to go watch it now. Yeah, that wasn't the intention. So hopefully the new thumbnails and everything will help. And my channel's going to be getting a little bit of a new look. I'm creating a new banner. I'm trying to create a new intro for my videos and a new end card, the screen at the end where you click on all my links and stuff. So I'm trying to do all of that as well. But we're getting close to the end of the video here, guys. And I'm sure you can see now that me going by the little image, the reference picture that I found on Pinterest, it works a whole lot better than just sitting there and thinking off the top of your head and trying to create a picture. And I think definitely using a reference for me personally is the better way to go, because I do get better results. And I think you guys should give it a try. Sit down and just pick something off the top of your head and try to draw it, and then go look up a reference picture for it and see what it looks like in the end. And if you want to show me that you did that, just tag me over. I'm on Instagram, so you can tag me over there if you'd like. And I don't know, let's use the tag, I don't know, let's just tag me, just type hashtag the artistic newfie and I'll see it. Let's just do that. That'll be the easiest way to find it, I guess, or look at this Karina or something like that. I'll put a tag down in the description that you can tag me on Instagram, and then we can share some art and see what you guys with the reference and without the reference picture, and we'll go from there anyway. But I just want to do a quick comparison here with them both on the screen, and you can see my two 10-minute pieces without the reference and with the reference, and you can clearly see that it really does help. And I don't want anybody commenting down below how many times I said reference in this video, because I know already that I said it quite a bit. Anyway, guys, that's it for the video today, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, let me know if you give this a go. Look down in the description for a hashtag that you can tag me on Instagram if you want to show your little try of this. And anyway, I'm going to go, and thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, guys, bye for now.